in in Houston, Texas. Man, there he is.
Yeah.
My man James.
We finally got this thing going.
So yes, he's gonna be preaching and singing. So he is a minister as well. Yes, ma'am. And we're gonna go down there and we're gonna do what we do.
Now, James, are you bringing the whole crew? You bringing your whole band, or just you?
To the best of my knowledge, my brothers will be coming with me. And we bringing all the bells and whistles. It's going to be dynamite. I'm telling everybody to be ready because there's a storm coming.
So now I was telling your manager, I said, you know how Steve Harvey has Jesus is Love in the beginning of his show or towards the beginning of his show in the mornings? I now have Cheryl Underwood on my platform. I created my own radio station. I don't know if I told you that. So I created my own radio station. I have Cheryl Underwood radio playing in the beginning at rush hour. So now I start the show off with God's Love.
Wow. That's amazing. I sure appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, congratulations on your I wish you continue success. I hope it does better than you can ever imagine. I hope Come on now. We need more successful brothers and sisters out here so people can see that, you know, we got some sense. You know, we know how to do things. We know how to run businesses. We know how to treat each other right. We know how to do all of that.
Yeah.
So we want to give people the other side of us.
Exactly. So now I feel like we've done this before.
Yeah, we have, right?
Exactly. Look, the only part that recorded was the part where we were having trouble speaking and hearing each other. That was the only part that recorded. And I was like, why did only that part recorded? It was like weird. So I said, you know what? I'll do it again. Because I felt like it was such a great interview. And I was like, I got to get him back on, especially because now the song is on the radio. So it's even more of a reason to have you on. Yeah. So everybody can know who you are.
Yeah. So
we're going to start from the beginning.
Okay. Okay.
Rewind, you know? Okay, so where are you from?
I am from a town called Hartford, Connecticut. It's actually warm today. But normally I would have on my Eskimo suit. I would be normally going swimming or sledding, I should say.
Yeah. I know
it's
that's
not meant for human beings to be up here. It's not meant for us to be in this cold.
The whole New England area is a little too chilly.
I think the Lord is judging us. I think that's why I got to get out of here.
Right. Sounds about right.
Woo!
Okay, so what got you started in music?
My family pretty much got me started. My mother and her sisters sang. They were some dynamite singers, and my father had a singing group at church. So we were surrounded by music all the time. They would always be practicing at the house. I'd be messing up stuff while they trying to practice because I don't know how to act. But I was always surrounded by it. And then I think my dad used to take me to a record shop all the time. So we'd buy records all the time. The first album he bought me was an Al Green record. It was one of Al Green's first gospel records, and he bought it from me. And ever since then, I've been hooked. I knew what I wanted to do. When I was 4 years old, I knew this is what I wanted to do. So,
When did you know you could sing?
When did I know I could sing? I would say I don't remember when I thought I could sing. I just remember the first time I actually did it and I saw the response of people. I think it's just I loved what I did and I loved the response that I got. So I don't know if I ever said, wow, I can really sing. I think I was just amazed at how music really impacted people. And then when I saw that, I knew this is what I wanted to do. So I think it was more based on that.
Okay. Now I'm not sure if I asked you before, but are you a PK or?
Nope.
Okay. But you still fell in love with everything.
I still fell in love with everything. I did.
That's nice. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So now, is there any pressure being in gospels versus secular music?
Well, one thing about me and management, first of all, we have a very, very unique relationship, and they don't keep me in a box. And I always tell people, another friend of mine just got through saying this. I was saying this months ago. I'm just an artist. You know, I don't necessarily put myself in one particular box. I'm more catered toward gospel music because that's where I come up in, and I have a heart for gospel music because I love God. I ain't got no shame and I ain't got no shade in that. And I'll tell anybody in a second where my faith is. But my artistry is so much bigger than that. You know what I mean? So I consider myself an artist, and I don't put myself in a particular category or genre of music. But that's just who I am. You know what I mean? You give me a gospel song, I'll do that. But if you decide that you want to give me a Temptation song, well, I might tear that up too.
I heard that.
Listen,
so, okay.
It's all about love.
So who's your favorite gospel artist?
Oof. That's always a tough question for me. My favorite gospel artist. Wow. You know how you just got so many, and then when somebody asks you a question, it just all go blank? That's pretty much what happened. There's so many people I grew up listening to. See, I grew up a quartet guy because that's what we had in the house. So I had the Williams Brothers, Mighty Clouds of Joy, the Swanee Quintet, the Swan Silver Tone, Dixie Hummingbird. See, I grew up with all of those soul stirs. I would have to say, probably my favorite gospel artist, even though they did both, would be Al Green and Sam Cooke. Nice.
Yeah. Okay. So what's your favorite song from Al Green, being that you got that album when you were younger? What's your favorite song?
My favorite song from Al Green? It's too many to count. From his gospel record, I would have to say, well, people may not know the song. He did a song called, it's titled, I Just Want to Praise the Lord. It's real fast, upbeat song. A lot of people don't know it because it's his gospel stuff, but I got all his gospel catalog. But it's real. I really enjoy his gospel music because he took a lot of the old hymns and redid them. And when he redid them, they just knocked me out. They knocked me out, like How Great Thou Art, Amazing Grace, Pass Me Not. Oh, man, all of them. No, Not One. I mean, he did them all over. And you know how, like, somebody do a song and then you go to church and then they try to sing it and you be like, you missed it. You missed it. Somewhere along the line, the ball came to you and you swung and you missed. You missed it. But those are my influences. I mean, it was the creativity, like how you take a song that's already been put out and then you put your own stamp on it. See, I learned that at an early age. I was so driven by that. I was so captivated by taking something and creating something different out of something that's already been out. So I love that stuff.
So he was the P. Diddy of gospel way back when.
Way back when. I love it though. And I still play it today. I put it on. My kids talking about, Daddy, who is that? Don't play. You know who that is. You know who that is. I will make you walk. I'll get you out this car right now. Don't play.
Like no games will come to act.
No, you listen. My kids know. Listen, you know, you can start messing with my Al Green records. You gonna have to be. I might put you up, but don't play. Don't play that.
I know that's right. Look, they better act like they know.
You better know. Yep.
So
I will
now,
have.
of your music, what is your favorite to perform?
They all are, because they're like my kids. They all mean something different, and they all present something different from me. So I can't really pick one that's my favorite. If I had to say one that can get me going the fastest, it's between Grateful and a song that a lot of people haven't heard yet. It's called All My Heart. Those two, they'll get me in the mood. I'll be ready to go. Y'all gonna hear it soon, but we working on it. But the Grateful is probably the one that can get me going real quick.
Okay. So I think I may have asked you before, but dead or alive, who would you want to collaborate with?
Sam Cooke.
What is it about Sam Cooke's music?
He was ahead of his time. He was very ahead of his time. Very creative. I wanted to pick his brain. Like what he would always say, read a lot. Because if you read a lot, you'll become a better writer. Because I never just want to write about the same stuff everybody else is writing. I want people to really understand what I see, what I feel, what I hear. So when you hear James Chappell III song, before anything else happened, all you gotta do is hear a sound and you know it's me. That's all Sam. Sam did all of that stuff. So I think the creative aspect, I really want to pick his brain. How did he become so far ahead of his time? Because I mean, today the man's been gone for so many years, but you still hear his music everywhere, and everybody digs him. Everybody digs him. Don't matter what race you are. Everybody know who Sam Cooke is. That's big time. When you're talking about the 50s and the 60s, and people still playing you in 2020. That's saying something. So. Yeah.
It really is. It's so unfortunate because we don't have artists with that type of longevity anymore. You know, so many one-hit wonders, here today, tomorrow, and a lot of artist music doesn't have to stay in power. I guess we're in that microwave society that people talk about, so it's very challenging. So how do you move in an industry where things are coming so fast and going so fast?
You move at your own pace. You know who you are as an artist. I think a lot of times you get the one-hit wonders because they got into it with the wrong motive. They got into it to only have one hit. They just wanted to make the quick money, get that one song out and be big. And they never saw themselves beyond that one song. So because they never saw themselves beyond that one song, that's all they got. So their dream capped at that one song. So a lot of times people want it fast, but they don't want it to last. You know what I mean? They want it fast, but they don't want it to last. They don't know how to keep it. So I think that's what separates me from a lot of different people, is that my mindset is different. I don't try to be I'm not trying to be what the status quo is. I'm James Chappell. So when you call on me, that's what you're going to get. You're not going to get anybody else. You're going to get me. So, because I think what we have now is timeless music, what we're making. It's different from a lot of what people hear. And that just comes from knowing what you want to do from the beginning, So you have to know your worth. You have to know who you are as an artist. And I think if you know that and you put your stamp out there that way and you start that way, you can have a successful career.